Francisco, California, as time definitely seems to be running out about the human driver-operated, 3-pedal race car. Minor mid-cycle upgrades on such beasts tackle greater importance. Enjoy more power and option choices whilst you can. To this time, the automaker formerly noted for Zoom Zoom organized a large, multi-wave excursion up the west coast to unveil the 2019 Mazda MX-5 Miata. The Driving Matters company could easily have introduced the mid-cycle refresh by dropping several 19 Miatas into various press fleets in Detroit, Los Angeles, and New York City, and possibly Chicago, Atlanta, and Miami, in addition to press releases describing the modifications. But then, this writer would not have discovered a perfect, if not the perfect, twisty road for this fancy car. Highway 9 eastbound beyond Santa Cruz, and north on the middle on the second wave, which covered San Luis Obispo to San Francisco. California 9 reveals that this 19ND Miata's most prominent upgrade, its engine, is dependent on mid to upper range horsepower. Power increased 26 to 181 horsepower while torque has risen merely 3 pound-feet, to 151. Most importantly, redline now increased by 700 revs to 7,500 revolutions per minute. This isn't going to mean an enormous improvement in straight-line performance, except that this car may well not need a time-consuming upshift to third before topping on a 060 miles per hour sprint. With the newest fatter power band, that old engine's drop-off, used up of steam before you reach the red line, is fully gone. It's now worth the cost to work that rev limiter. Hold, say, third gear longer before reaching another turn, whereas with that old 6,800 revolutions per minute redline you're more prone to have to upshift to fourth prior to braking and downshifting, again. On my favorite area of California Highway 9, a 6 or 7 mile stretch which I drove both directions in the convertible club model, I spent a bit of time shifting either way from third gear, although I had control with the world's best feeling, most intuitive gearbox inside my right hand together with pedals spaced nicely for heel anting. Mazda PR sent us an email after the drive to say which the 7,500 limit can be a low gear, transient condition redline, essentially when driven aggressively, such as about the track. Otherwise, the redline is 7,200 revolutions per minute. It seems I was driving it aggressively enough on Highway 9 and Highway 1 to be that transient condition, along with any event having less pre-redline drop-off is the place where you'll glance at the most of this improvement. Mazda converged chassis tuning around the convertible along with the RF for that 18 model year, and therefore the RF feels a little bit softer on tight, twisty roads automobile higher mass even though it still weighs a lot less than an NC ragtop. Miata detractors continue to find the automobile too soft, and that's a legit argument. Those of us for whom speed and acceleration isn't as vital as polar moment of inertia will think about the 2019 Mazda MX-5 Miata as having taken another step toward perfect automotive balance. Why did we should wait through 3 model many years of ND1 before the vehicle got an electric band that can beat the NC Miatas? The ND and its particular gearing was set up for your original powertrain the revolutionary Miata was likely to have, the 1.5-liter, says Dave Coleman, Mazda North America's manager for vehicle dynamics engineering. The new smaller 4, bought from the MX-5 everywhere but North America, fit with Mazda's want to downsize the fancy car and save every possible gram of weight. But Mazda North America was having none of their, and instead shoehorned the 155 horsepower 2.0-liter Skyactiv i4 through the Mazda 3. There was insufficient time, or maybe no money considering the many resources commencing the ND as well as new 1.5 liters, to change the bigger engine for your 2016 model year. For the ND2, launching in the automobile's fourth model year, Mazda heavily massaged the Skyactiv 2.0, though Coleman won't consider it a fresh engine. It has a fatter, more useful power band and also a 1 mile per gallon surge in highway fuel economy to 34 miles per gallon, when equipped together with a 6-speed manual. Fuel economy to the automatic increased. Oh, who cares? At every torque level, this engine is much more efficient, Coleman says. On the modern, revised Skyactiv 2.0, the many reciprocating bits are lighter, as well as a reduced skirt area takes 27 grams taken from each piston. Connecting rods are 41 grams lighter. The cylinder heads are dome-shaped, shorter, and wider, as well as the crankshaft is made from a stiffer material. Rod bolts are smaller and stronger, and possess lost 40 grams each, for higher revving. The shorter dome creates really good tumble within the combustion chamber. Engineers have changed the intake port's shape, as well as the new piston design has edge cuts which are said to eliminate hot spots and lower knock. It'll create a nifty engine to the all-new Mazda 3 due by 2019. The redesigned engine remains gas direct injection, with higher injection pressure, a finer spray and shorter pulses. The engine featuring a dual-miss flywheel for smoother gear changes, and Coleman says engineers in Hiroshima was able to make that change without adding much fat, which has risen between 6 and 7 pounds for both the Miata convertible plus the Target RF. That includes an additional hay-pound roughly from making the tilt controls able to telescope. Prior towards the much updated engine, the ND's biggest mid-cycle development was last year's addition of ordinary heated cloth seats for the club trim package. For the first 2 model years with the ND, the club's standard Bilstein shocks, shock tower brace, and limited slip differential just weren't available for the top trim Grand Touring model. That has been the only in the 3 trim levels. Sport continues to be the base model with heated seats. Mazda had apparently assumed if you want the posh of bum warmers, you would like your backside to feel more bumps. Now there's 2 ways to combine the higher suspension together with the indulgence. The Mazda MX-5 Miata GTS package, available only within the 6-speed manual version from the Grand Touring convertible or RF, for $750 extra on an individual note. My NC Grand Touring PHRT Sports suspension package was $500 extra, so several years later, this is often a pretty good value. Or the club package, which comes with standard heated cloth seats. A new for '18 Brembob's Recaro package, at $4,670, is $900, a lot more than the Brembo BBS package devoid of the heated Recras. The 19 Miata RF together with the GTS package includes a hand-painted black roof, a feature in the 17 RF Launch Edition. Some in the younger auto journos balked in the upper $30s pricing of either these options, which pushes the Miata across the price in the average new vehicle from the US, currently about $33,000. They also bemoan deficiency of Apple CarPlay Android for Auto connectivity features currently trickling in elsewhere inside the Mazda line, which your humble servant didn't miss. I would also not miss the iActiveSense package, $450 extra, which my drive partner and I had on our RF GTS tester, and not on our convertible club with all the Brembob's Recras. For that matter, I don't start to see the need to get a backup camera within this car, but that's heresy to safety advocates, and anyway, it's standard and required on brand new MX-5s. Of these solutions on the heated seat beast suspension tuning issue, the preference goes to your club convertible with all the Brembob's Recaro package instead from the iActiveSense package. The base Mazda seat's bolsters fall short of keeping you, or me, anyway, from sliding around within the driver's seat on those perfect roads like California 9. 2019 Mazda MX-5 Miata specifications. Currently RF, Autumn 2018 convertible. Price: $27,180 to $35,305. Engine: 2.0-liter 16-valve i4, 181 horsepower at 7,000 revolutions per minute, 151 lb-ft. At 4,000 revolutions per minute. Transmission: 6-speed manual, 6-speed automatic. Layout: 2-door, 2-passenger, RWD convertible or retractable roof Targa. EPA mileage: 2,634 city-hui manual, 2,635 city-hui automatic. LXWXH: 154.1 by 68.3 by 48. 849.0 inches, wheelbase. 90.9 inches, weight. 2,3392, 493 pounds, 060 miles per hour, 5.9 seconds estate. Top speed: nah. As of press time, Mazda had announced pricing only around the MX-5 Miata RF models. The base valuation on $27,180, for just a manual gearbox sport convertible, is our estimate based around the 2019 model year price increase of $990 to the RF models. Miatas bought in Alaska cost $45 more because of $940 destination and handling price.